like to start off by asking two questions. How many people have children? And how many people, of those people that have children, would you guys consider sending your kid to an all-girls or all-boys school instead of a co-ed school? Sure? Okay. Well, I went to Bedford High School, but in the 8th grade, my mom, she wanted me to go to Regina High School, which is the school she went to. Took a tour of the school, and it was like, no, I want to go to a boys and girls school, so I ended up going to Bedford. Looking back on that decision, I wish I would have made a different choice. Knowing what I know, today I'm going to tell you why same-sex schools are better for students than co-ed schools. First, I will tell you how males and females differ in learning. Next, I will move on how same-sex schools cater to their students. And finally close with how same-sex students are prepared for the future. How males and females differ. According to Donna Matthews, an author and education psychologist at Ontario Institute in Toronto, girls are more likely than boys to cooperate and collaborate together, and boys tend to be more competitive. According to David Caldwell, a South Carolina coordinator of single-gender education, males and females also see differently. Male eyes are more in tune to motion, direction, and the reason males create pictures such as spaceships, cars, and trucks. They also like cooler colors like silver, blue, black, gray, and brown. Females, on the other hand, are drawn to detail, colors, and textures. That's why when they're younger, they draw pictures of rainbows, and their stick figures have more detail to them. They like colors such as red, yellow, and orange. Males and females also hear differently. When someone speaks in a loud tone, females interpret it as yelling. They will think that the person is mad and will then shut down. This is because females have a more fine structure. They can hear higher frequencies than boys and are more sensitive to sounds. The male student will take the tone as being more matter-of-factly than the person yelling. David Caldwell also states that boys' nervous system causes them to be more alert. Their standing, moving, and the room temperature is around 69 degrees. Stress in boys helps them stay focused. This method, stress in boys, because the blood goes to their brain. This method does not work for females. We like the room to be 75 degrees and cannot work under stress because we get a gut feeling and feel anxious and nervous. How same-sex schools work and cater to students. According to Andrew Hunter, a principal at Walsh Schools for Boys, there is a pressure towards gender stereotypes in co-ed schools. In boys' schools, boys feel free to be themselves, to follow their interests and talents in what may be regarded as a non-macho pursuit, such as music, art, and drama. In a survey done by the National Association for Single-Parent Public Education, young men who have shared how they're interested in poetry and history only began as they enrolled in a single-sex school. In the same-sex environment, they did not feel as embarrassed in showing interest in non-manly activities. A nationwide study by Marcia Bentley, author of Journal of Education, Psychology, boys perceive the co-ed school as largely run by women and run according to women, and women's rules. So sit still, do not make too much noise, and don't be disruptive. At a single-sex school, boys usually have smaller classes, and the day is broken up between class activities, doing chores, playing sports, and participating in outdoor activities. So they are able to work off some of that energy. And then I also wanted to show you that their reading scores are better. As you can see, in a single-sex classroom, it's almost at, I would say, 90%. In the co-ed education, it's just hitting 50%. How single-sex students are prepared for the future, like students who went to co-ed school. When all girls schools graduate rate, their confidence in mathematics and computer science is 10% points higher than those of peers for co-ed school. Single-sex school graduates spend more time studying, doing their homework, conversing with teachers outside of class, tutoring their peers, and studying with one another. Graduates from all girls schools are 3 times more likely than their peers to major in engineering. Also, many people think that students that attend same-sex schools do not know how to interact with the opposite sex. This is untrue because they gain more confidence in their ability, so they're able to interact with the opposite sex just fine. In conclusion, I would like to add, while I was in high school, I attended a program that is geared for students that want to become teachers in the future. In this program, I was able to go into the elementary school and help assist different teachers. My senior year, I went to Columbus in an elementary school in Bedford, Ohio. The elementary school was doing a study where one class was all boys and one class was all girls, but they had like 20 different classes. I was able to be in that classroom. What I noticed was that yes, girls are more mature and the way that they talk and act, and that boys have more energy, talk louder, and were more interested in subjects like science, as girls were more interested in subjects like English and history. But in these classes, they engaged more with each other, they helped each other out more, and they just seemed more comfortable to be themselves with not all the peer pressure around. So no, this was not a single-sex school, but as you can see, even public school is looking further into ideas of what single-sex education can bring to the future students and how better prepared they are for life.